Media 2021 at the Irvine Fine Arts Center showcases work from artists right here in Irvine, as well as from all over Southern California. Works including everything from printmaking to photography, drawing, sculpture and ceramics, to installations and more.
Especially after last year and all the challenges that it brought, we're especially excited to be able to open our doors and welcome the community again. So All Media, this reception is a celebration of the exhibition, but it's also a celebration of us still being here and still being a space for the community to show their work and appreciate art.
You can see right now people are taking pictures with one another by the artwork. They're talking about what inspired all the art that's here today. So this is what we want. We want gathering spaces that bring people together.
And narrowing it down to 58 artists out of 1,300 submissions was the task of guest juror Taylor Blythewood Porter, who is assistant curator at the California African American Museum.
For this, I kind of wanted to have, a variety of things. Work that talk about environmental pieces, works that talk about social justice issues, things about obsession, mythologies around home, or even just purely ethereal and aesthetic things, which you can find in the back galleries.
To view and make these selections, she was seeing them on her computer, a big difference from seeing them in the gallery space.
So be able to see it in person, to really be able to see that texture and that depth, and then to also be able to meet the artists who created these pieces, it's really exciting as well. So it's really nice to be able to be here.
Mika Denny loved art starting at age 2, so it's no wonder she enjoys combining two mediums to create one piece. In this case, photography and drawing.
If you're looking at it from across the room, it looks more like a realistic photo. But when you get up close, it sort of, and when you're drawing it, it actually has a lot of abstraction in it and a lot of weird shapes and things. So I had to keep stepping back, looking, and then getting back in there to see, to make it look real.
Mark Layson, an Irvine artist, has also been into art ever since he can remember.
Even as a kid, crayons, pencils, paper. My dad was an engineer, and he always had a lot of supplies around the house, so he encouraged art. I mean, he was all for it.
Which led to a career in teaching and creating art. Now that Mark is retired, he continues to branch out. He explains his abstract on canvas piece.
The title is a little bit of a pun. It's called Late Bloomer, because when I finished it and I looked at it, it reminded me a little bit of a floral, that it had sort of a flowery feel to it. And of course, considering my age, late bloomer, so that kind of went hand in hand.
We're seeing, pieces that are 3D, pieces that aren't 3D but feel 3D, and to see the color and the contrast, and to know that each of these pieces brings with it a little piece of the heart of the artist is wonderful. It's just a great asset that we have here in this community.
Certainly one work that is 3D is that of artist Jack Lorenz, known as Stick Boy.
This was a pandemic piece. There was a half a bag of black mulch in my garage and some pebbles in the front walkway. And 4 months later, with a vision, I always had a vision to use mulch in some form. And it just spoke to me that it was dirty hair. And who has dirtier hair than the mulch monkey?
Just in case you're curious, yes, Jack did use Gorilla Glue, and he also used photographs to inspire him. Ted Rigoni is all about taking pictures, especially concentrating on the major national parks as his medium and his travel destination. He calls himself a digital painter.
So I'll edit my image in what I call post, which is post-production, in both Lightroom as well as Photoshop. And that's where the artistic creation begins. That's where I will bring up some of the contrast, or I'll enhance the color, but everything I do is based on reality.
We are very fortunate to have an Irvine Fine Arts Center right here in our city. You don't see that too often. And so it's a treasure that we have here, not just to display the art, but also to kind of inspire the artists, because we have so many programs that are available right here in the center.
For more on the Irvine Fine Arts Center activities and classes, you can visit their website. For Irvine Scene, I'm Jacqueline Twegg.